So today I'm going to talk to you about the GoPro and how it can benefit you as a beginner in self-filming, and as a veteran in self-filming, what it can do for you to benefit and enhance your video quality. So first off, I just want to tell y'all kind of the GoPros that I use. I have the GoPro 3, the GoPro 4, and the GoPro 5. I did not plan it like that, but that's just what I have. And here's the 4, here's the 5, and then here's the 3 right here. I'm going to direct this video towards people that are actually looking into self-filming and how they can get into it affordably. And I'm going to give you some tips on what camera to get, what kind of mounts you can get, and what to expect from each of these. And then I also will hint on how I use this camera in my filming situation, with it being a secondary angle camera. So as a person looking into getting into filming, you don't want to spend $400 or $500 on these kind of mediocre, not great cameras, kind of on the borderline. But with a GoPro nowadays, you can get into it very affordable and very cheap, and you can actually figure out if you want to do self-filming. It's a great tool to figure out if you want to do it or not. So the first camera that I ever had was the Hero 3 series, and I videoed with it for multiple years, had it stuck behind my head, and actually got some kill footage on it. But the only problem with the GoPro is you can't zoom in until you're editing, and when you edit, you distort that image by zooming it in. But yet you still get to tell your story, which is very cool. And telling your story is what you want to do as a self-filmer. You want other people to engage in your content and enjoy what you produce. This camera right here is the Hero 4. I found this camera on the Self-Filming Hunters page on Facebook. And I found that camera, and it came with an extra battery, an SD card, multiple mounts that are $50 a piece, and I got all that for just $100. Now if that's not affordable to get into filming, I don't know what else is. So now we're going to move to our Hero 5 series. This is one of the newer series camera. The whole case is waterproof. It's really neat. These are all the same, except the 5 has a different frames per second. They video in 4K, but I usually just put it in 1080p, and they're very versatile. There's 3 key features with each of these cameras that you can use. You can use your video mode, you can use time-lapse video, or your looping method. Majority of the time I use video, and this coming season I'm actually going to be using the looping feature, so that when I am sorting through my SD cards, I'm not watching 20 to 30 minute clips. You can put them in more of a 5 to 10 minute clip, and then it'll just start recording again. It's a very helpful tool. The time lapse is really neat because you can do a time lapse in 4K and really tell your story. And with the GoPro, you can leave it in a position for a long time and not really have to worry about it. But the battery life can be a hindrance. So on the topic of battery life, right here I've got a portable charger, and what I've done is put some Velcro tape on the side, and then on another one of my mounts I put Velcro tape on the side. So this will just go on just like that when you're filming, and you can hook your cord directly from your portable charger to your camera. GoPro did a really good job with their field of view options. At the beginning it was all wide angle, and that was your only option, and you got a really fisheye view. It wasn't very clear, but now they've changed that up, and they've given you multiple settings. You've got a wide screen setting, you've got a narrow setting, you've got a medium setting, and then you've got your linear setting. Now I run the linear setting right now just because it'll look more like a camera itself. It won't give you that fisheye bowl look like the wide angle. I haven't tried the narrow or the medium out yet, but I plan to, but gonna stay with the linear for now. Now with your Hero 5, your frames per second have increased. It goes all the way up to 240 frames per second. This is a great tool if you're looking for doing a slow motion clip, or just trying to get a better time-lapse clip of, like, say, moving cars and such. So with these cameras, a lot of times our complaint is the audio. Is the audio good for this? Is it too raspy? Do you blow out the internal mic? Well, they've come up with a solution at GoPro to fix that. I bought this case on Amazon, which looks just like a normal case that a GoPro would go into, but it's not. It actually has a place at the bottom for a mic adapter that you could put any kind of mic to mount on the top, and then it mounts into that mic adapter, and then the adapter cord goes onto the GoPro body. And that really christens your audio and makes it sound a lot better. And you don't have to worry about drowning out your audio in, like, say, a vlog scenario when you're walking through the woods, or just have it over your shoulder videoing you. So when you first buy a GoPro, you get your SD card and your batteries, and then your head's turning, what mounts do I need? Do I need to buy as many as I want, or do I just need to get at the bare minimum? Well guys, I'm going to explain to you right now the mounts that you will need to capture your hunting videos and just tell your story. This is the hat mount. It's a little clip that clips onto the bill of your hat that allows your GoPro to sit on your head, and you get to video your hunt as you walk from your point of view, from your line of sight, to see exactly what you see when you're walking through the woods. I've used this a couple of times. The only problem I get sometimes it'll weigh my hat down and my bill will fall on my face. But it's a good tool to have. I don't think it's that expensive. So check out your hat mounts at your local Walmart. The next mount I'm here to talk about is your chest mount, guys. This is a very versatile tool. You can use it in any situation, whether you're in the deer stand, walking to your stand, doing a recovery, crossing a creek. That's when I usually use it. But it just lets you be hands-free and just let your GoPro work for you and tell your story without having to touch it. Now guys, this is probably one of my favorite mounts besides the next one I'm going to talk about. This is called the Jaw Clamp. It's awesome. That's pretty much all I can say. Is this is probably, if you buy this, you don't need any other mount in my opinion. It can clamp to anything, a tree, your stand, your limb hanger, just very, very easy. And even transporting it through the woods, you can just clip it onto your safety harness and walk. The hunting public uses this one, and that's really what turned me on to use this mount. It's very cool, very versatile. It'll get you strong if you squeeze it hard enough, and over enough amount of time get your forearms built up. But a very good mount. I suggest somebody that's first time to get it. I think it's around 50 bucks, but it's well worth it. Oh, and by the way, this came in that $100 bundle with the Hero 4. Now last but not least is probably my favorite mount, and that's the Sportsman's mount. They designed this mount to actually go on the barrel of your gun or on the limb of your bow, to actually just be sitting there where you don't have to worry about it. They also make one that has a double side that lets you have a GoPro shooting in the front and back at you. So if you had that, turkey kill or dove shot or duck shot, it'd be really, really neat footage. And I've tried it before, and it doesn't really hinder your shot capability, and it's a very, very neat tool. But most of the time with this mount, I put it on my limb hanger in the stand with me right above my head to where it has that downward look angle. And I'll show you all an example of that in a video clip right here. Right past that big pine, that was really my only opening. I was hoping they would walk. If they'd have walked right through there, I could have killed them easy. So as far as our cases on these GoPros, what we want to put on it, well, if we want it waterproof, if we want a better audio, just better protection, there's multiple choices for it. So this right here is the skeleton case. It's what I use most of the time just because of the audio feature and allowing me to put that external mic through that camera. It's a very, very great tool. Now this case right here is fully waterproof. Now this case right here is fully waterproof. I actually painted it, kind of gave it a little style so the deer won't see it. But the audio is terrible when you put this on your camera. It doesn't pick up anything, and you can't run an external mic because then it's not waterproof. So if you're planning to have good audio, don't use this case because this is not the one for you. Now those two cases that I just showed you fit the Hero 4 and the Hero 3. Now for the Hero 5, I have two cases for them. One was the vlog case that I bought off of Amazon. I think I got it for $14. Very affordable price. Now you just need your $50 GoPro adapter to go in the bottom and you're set. And you can buy you a Rode mic, the Mini, for probably $40 online refurbished. That's how I got mine off Amazon. But this is not waterproof. It has a spot inside to where you can plug the adapters in. Now here's another skeleton mount for the Hero 5, but it does not have the adapter at the bottom for the GoPro mic. It does have open sides to where you can adjust your buttons and whatnot, but it's a very good case for the 5. You actually don't need a waterproof case for the 5 because remember I told y'all the housing that it gave itself when it was built in the factory is already waterproof. So that's a great thing to go with the 5. Now to talk a little bit how I use this camera and how I tell my story with this camera. As I've said before, I have 2 other cameras that I use, and these are my primary point of view cameras. This is what I use to get that shot to make y'all feel like you're with me. A lot of times I'll hang it over my head to where it's looking down on me. It gets me and the animal in the frame. Also, I'll put it on. Man, these squirrels are throwing some pine cones down. I've said I'll put it on my chest, I'll put it on my hat, but most of the time when I'm in the stand, I'm either putting it on my camera arm to where when it swings with me, it kind of collects what I'm seeing and what's going on, or I hang it over my head. So guys, wrap this video up. If you're looking for a camera to get into self-filming and you don't want to spend big bucks, look at GoPros. You can find them on your marketplace on Facebook, and you can find them on Craigslist sometimes. Usually they can range from 50 bucks to 150 bucks. It just depends on what model you're looking for. You don't necessarily have to get the newest and greatest thing. The 7 and the 6 are great cameras, but these serve the same purpose. They still film in 1080, and they can have the ability to film in 4K. So if you're looking for a way to get into self-filming, I highly suggest starting with a GoPro to see if you like it. So if you like this video, subscribe below and like our page. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. With the season coming up really close, we have a lot of new things coming to our page that we want to share with y'all. So guys, thank you again for listening, and happy hunting.